Hello, friends. I'm interrupting our scheduled broadcast because my heart is troubled, probably more so than I can remember in recent history. I told the staff here at Breakthrough to cancel everything we're doing because I need to share something of overwhelming importance with you, my precious partner, that will stir your spirit, I believe, to righteous indignation and holy anger. You know, there are defining moments in all of our lives, in your life and in mine. Not too long ago, I was watching television just as you are right now, sitting in the comfort of my home with my family around me. I turned on the evening news, and as I watched, I was paralyzed in my chair. As the reporter began to describe what could have been the plot line in a Hollywood horror film, what I saw, what I heard, sent chills up and down my very spine and revealed an entire sector of our society that is being systematically targeted for extinction. And I have to warn you, what you're about to see will never, ever escape your memory.
Overnight, 69-year-old Kermit Gosnell went from being called doctor to being called a murderer. 300-page grand jury report accuses Gosnell of not running a clinic, but a prescription drug mill by day and an abortion mill by night.
In case after case, Dr. Gosnell and his assistants induced labor, forced the live birth of viable babies in the 6th, 7th, and 8th month of pregnancy, and then killed those babies by cutting into the back of their necks with scissors.
Behind me is the doctor's now closed office, which was called a house of horrors today.
Bags and bottles holding aborted fetuses were scattered throughout the building. A row of jars containing severed feet lined a shelf. Untrained, unsupervised workers injected dangerous drugs into women undergoing illegal late-term abortions.
Gosnell made millions of dollars performing hundreds of illegal late-term abortions, but because he destroyed records, prosecutors cannot go after him on that. We are told that if you had cash, he would perform the abortion according to the grand jury report. If you were too young, it didn't matter. If you needed service right away, he offered same-day service, including Sundays. He also had a price list for abortions. According to investigators, he made $10,000 to $15,000 a night doing late-term abortions. They collected $240,000 in cash when they raided his home last year.
I know that you can't help but be as shocked as I was after witnessing such an unimaginable house of horrors. Not in some far-off third world country. The harsh reality is that these unspeakably cruel, these inhuman acts of outright murder are taking place, and they're taking place all across America. Those precious, precious little feet displayed like trophies. They weren't just blobs of tissue being surgically removed because of an inconvenience or discomfort. They were all that was left of innocent, unborn children who will never know the comfort of loving arms. They'll never ever see the beautiful world of a loving God prepared just for them. They'll never fulfill His wonderful plan for their lives. It wasn't just a tiny life that was lost, it was the loss of an entire lifetime. A lifetime of birthday celebrations, a lifetime of first days of school, proms and wedding days. No one will celebrate their successes. No one will even know their names. It's as if they never existed at all, discarded like so much refuse. Their only experience as they took their first breath, the paralyzing pain of rusty scissors severing their spinal cords. I refuse I refuse to be silent in the face of such unspeakable horror. I am determined to do everything I can possibly do to expose this atrocity, this evil monster of the abortion industry with its minions like Dr. Gosnell. I don't know if I can even feel comfortable calling him a doctor. His house of horrors was filled with bags and jars of the bodies of aborted babies scattered everywhere. Shocking. I know, but please don't turn me away. Everything I'll be sharing with you today only begins to scratch the surface of the evil that is taking place in our own backyards, and somebody's got to wake up, somebody's got to stand up, and somebody's got to speak up. And that's why I want to put a very, very, very special 2-hour-long DVD documentary into your hands today that will open your eyes to a horrifying reality that the media will not tell you about. A horror that politicians spent 20 years covering up. That documentary is my free gift to you. All you have to do is dial the toll-free number that's right there on your screen or log on at rodparsley.com. We can thank God today that since Roe versus Wade made abortion on demand the law of the land in 1973, our pro-life efforts have been making a difference of eternal significance. The abortion toll has been steadily decreasing as more and more Americans come to the realization that what's growing in a mother's womb is not just a blob of tissue. But there's one segment of our society, listen carefully, where abortion is not decreasing. In fact, it is increasing and increasing at an alarming rate. More than one precious baby murdered in this segment of our society every 60 seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it is not by accident. It is a strategic and calculated, all-out demonic assault. Now, perhaps the most shocking part of this ghoulish scenario is hidden in the details. Dr. Gosnell's practice and thousands of similar abortuaries across the nation aren't located, as you probably well know, in upscale suburbs. There's been a concerted effort by Planned Parenthood to specifically target the black community. It's a diabolical plan that's taking the lives of 1,500 precious African-American unborn babies every single day in the United States of America. Let me try to put that in some sort of perspective for you. Consider, if you will, the estimated death toll of the top 5 leading causes of death among African Americans since Roe versus Wade in 1973. Those 5 are these: AIDS, 200,000. Violent crimes, 300,000. Accidents, 370,000. Cancer, 1.6 million. Heart disease, you hear a lot about that on advertisements on your television. Heart disease among African Americans since 1973, 2.3 million deaths. That's a combined death toll of just under 5 million people in those top 5 areas. Now compare that number to the nearly 15 million innocent African-American babies who've been murdered since Roe versus Wade in 1973. That's what I said. 15 million precious African-American babies. That's triple the number of all other leading causes of death among blacks combined. It's a deeply, deeply troubling indictment on our society that here in America, the land of the free, here in America, the home of the brave, here in America, the greatest threat to the black community is, hear me, the mass murder, the systematic, organized, often paid for by your tax dollars, murder of unborn African American children. And I've only been able to share with you a very small fraction of this diabolical scheme. You'll be shocked to learn of the plot at the highest levels of government behind the legalization of abortion and its true purpose: to eradicate the black population in America. And that's why I believe it's absolutely critical to get this extraordinary 2-hour documentary into your hands that exposes the ugly truth about black genocide. It's my gift to you. Just dial that number on your screen right now. Go to rodparsley.com, request your copy. But I can only make this exclusive offer, as you can understand, for a very, very limited time. So don't put it off. Write to me today. Dial that number on your screen or go to rodparsley.com right now and request your DVD. It's my gift to you. Watch this.
Legal abortion has killed more African Americans than AIDS, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and violent crime combined. Every week, more blacks die in American abortion clinics than were killed in the entire Vietnam War.
The abortion industry kills as many African American people every 4 days as the Klan killed in 150 years. The most dangerous place for an African American to be is in the womb of their African American mother.
It's troubling, of course, but it's truth that you absolutely need to hear. And that's why I'm compelled to get a copy of this landmark documentary about black genocide in America into your hands. Once you view it, I know you want to share it with everyone you know. So dial the toll-free number right there on your screen or go to rodparsley.com or write to me today, and I'll send you a DVD copy when you request it. I pray that you will stand up right now. Go to your phone. Get this life-changing documentary. When you do, I pray that you'll consider including a love gift to help support this ministry. I'll be so thankful for your help, so be as generous as you can. And if you can include a gift right now, don't let that keep you from requesting my gift DVD just for you.
It's time to get informed and inform everyone you know about the systematic genocide that's been perpetrated on the African American population in America. Write, call, or go to rodparsley.com now to request your copy of this shocking 2-hour DVD expose. And please consider a generous gift of support to help keep the voice of breakthrough penetrating the darkness of the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Since the beginning of this broadcast, while you were sitting there, the lives of 20 precious African American babies were brutally ended before they ever had a chance to begin. That clock right there on your screen is there to illustrate the genocide that is taking place as you watch this broadcast of innocent, unborn African Americans. The foundation of Planned Parenthood, masterminded by Margaret Sanger, was nothing short of a brutal form of population control of the African American community. Now, I don't know who else is brave enough to say that, but I'm going to say it. What's frighteningly revealing is the direct connection of Margaret Sanger's diabolical plan to the eugenics practices occurring simultaneously just across the Atlantic, the Jewish Holocaust. Allow me to share just a few of her choicest words, and I'm quoting Margaret Sanger now. Birth control must lead ultimately to a cleaner race, and eugenics is the most adequate and thorough avenue to the solution of racial, political, and social problems. You can't make up that kind of twisted thinking. Now, timing isn't the only common ground between the racist roots of Planned Parenthood and the Holocaust. Here we can see the direct similarities between these two historic tragedies. First, let's look at what I call the rebranding of the victims. In Nazi Germany, cartoons routinely depicted Jews as pigs, as dogs, as rats, as other vermin. Such propaganda made it so much easier to implement the radical plans of the Nazi Party. Today, Planned Parenthood and other pro-choice advocates use equally dehumanizing terminology to further their agenda. They use terminology like embryo or fetus or blob of tissue or product of conception to describe an unborn human being. I asked my staff to bring me the fetal models that we use at our life-saving women's clinic. We show these models to women who've just learned they're pregnant so they fully understand that a life, a precious, fully formed baby with a beating heart is growing in their womb. Here's the reality behind the statistics. This is what a baby looks like at 8 weeks. Here at 10 weeks. This is the time generally when a mother finds out that she's pregnant. Do you see the feet, the legs, the hands, the fingers, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth? 8 weeks. 10 weeks. Remember, as that clock runs on your screen, innocent African American babies are being aborted. 12 weeks. Just 20 weeks. Fetus? I don't think so. Blob of tissue? I don't think so. 26 weeks. This great worldwide ministry fought tirelessly for a ban on partial birth abortion, and I'm deeply troubled that this atrocity is still taking place every single day. How our Heavenly Father must grieve to see such callous disregard of this most precious of all creation. And I need you to know, I'm outraged. I'm outraged to know that African Americans are being systematically targeted and deceived into aborting themselves into extinction. You know, alone we're just a voice, but together we're a mighty force for righteousness, and that's why it's so vitally important for you to stand with me on this critical issue of life and death. The secular media, they won't ever report on this. Most preachers, they certainly won't ever preach about it. They certainly won't build clinics all across America to save innocent unborn African Americans and whites and Hispanics. That's why I want to provide you with a DVD copy of this powerful 2-hour documentary that exposes the truth about black genocide in 21st century America. It's my gift to you. All you need to do is dial that number on your screen. Do it right now. Make sure someone else calls. Everybody needs to know. Go to rodparsley.com. Do it right now and request your copy. It's my gift to you. In this 30-minute broadcast, I can only scratch the surface of the truly heart-wrenching testimonies and the in-depth documentation that's available to you on this very, very special documentary DVD. A documentary of the diabolical plan of the extermination of blacks in America that was set in motion, and the DVD proves it to you, 150 years ago and continues unabated and strengthened today. But I can only make this exclusive offer for a very limited time, so don't put it off. Write to me today, won't you? Or dial that toll-free number on your screen. Go to rodparsley.com. Do it right now. Request your copy of the most important resource you'll add to your Christian library this year. And remember, it's my gift to you. Today, millions of black women are persuaded to terminate their pregnancies simply because they don't have adequate resources. I even hear preachers say that. Planned Parenthood continues to sell the lie that supporting and raising a child should never, ever be a burden. Really? That's all children are. A burden? Tell that to the husband and wife who are unable to have a baby. Tell that to a mother who weeps every night to cradle in her arms the flushed cheek of an infant child. Tell that to the millions waiting in line to adopt, and I assure you, no matter what the circumstances are, there are countless families ready to embrace that tiny, beautiful life with open and loving arms. And yet young pregnant women, frightened, are only given one option by most abortuary doctors: terminate the pregnancy.
I went and I ended up talking to my doctor, and the first thing that my doctor told me was that you're carrying a blob of tissue.
I remember I went to a Planned Parenthood here in Columbus, and I sat across a desk from somebody, and I remember the office was awful and dingy and dirty and dark, and the woman in a very businesslike tone said, "Yes, you're pregnant, and what do you intend to do? Are you going to keep your baby, or are you going to terminate the pregnancy?" And I, after a little hesitation, said, "I'm going to terminate the pregnancy."
So I laid on the table, and all I remember hearing was the ripping of my first baby coming out of me.
Afterwards, I was numb at best. I cried for a while.
After going through all that, I continued for years, about 14 years of having tormenting nightmares and dreams, and just the constant sound of having this machine that was in me that they said would just suck, you wouldn't feel. And I knew I felt every rip, every tear. I heard the sound over and over again. The main reason behind all the torment and the abuse, and it was because I knew I had took these 2 lives.
No scars. That's what they want you to believe. No one's affected. It's just a blob of tissue. You won't feel a thing. That's the lie being perpetrated on 1,500 African American women across this nation every single day. Millions of post-abortive women in America are among the walking wounded, reliving and grieving their decision every day. That's why I so appreciate the opportunity to share the crucial program that I have with you today. Now, I've only been able to share with you a very small fraction of this diabolical scheme. You'll be shocked to learn of the plot at the highest levels of government behind the legalization of abortion and its true purpose: to eradicate the black population in America. And that's why I believe it's absolutely critical to get this extraordinary 2-hour documentary into your hands that exposes the ugly truth about black genocide. It's my gift to you. Just dial that number on your screen right now. Go to rodparsley.com, request your copy. But I can only make this exclusive offer, as you can understand, for a very, very limited time. So don't put it off. Write to me today. Dial that number on your screen or go to rodparsley.com right now and request your DVD. It's my gift to you. Watch this.
Legal abortion has killed more African Americans than AIDS, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and violent crime combined. Every week, more blacks die in American abortion clinics than were killed in the entire Vietnam War.
The abortion industry kills as many African American people every 4 days as the Klan killed in 150 years. The most dangerous place for an African American to be is in the womb of their African American mother.
It's troubling, of course, but it's truth that you absolutely need to hear. And that's why I'm compelled to get a copy of this landmark documentary about black genocide in America into your hands. Once you view it, I know you want to share it with everyone you know. So dial the toll-free number right there on your screen, or go to rodparsley.com, or write to me today, and I'll send you a DVD copy when you request it. I pray that you will stand up right now. Go to your phone. Get this life-changing documentary. When you do, I pray that you'll consider including a love gift to help support this ministry. I'll be so thankful for your help, so be as generous as you can. And if you can include a gift right now, don't let that keep you from requesting my gift DVD just for you.
It's time to get informed and inform everyone you know about the systematic genocide that's been perpetrated on the African American population in America. Write, call, or go to rodparsley.com now to request your copy of this shocking 2-hour DVD expose. And please consider a generous gift of support to help keep the voice of Breakthrough penetrating the darkness of the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much for allowing me to bring programming like this to you here on Breakthrough. It's heartbreaking to realize that during the time you and I have shared together on today's broadcast, more than 30 African American babies have been aborted, murdered, because of the twisted lies of Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry. It's time, it's past time to stand up and shout the truth about this evil in our nation to everyone we know. I've had such an overwhelming response to my perspectives and breakthrough moments at rodparsley.com, so just for you, I'm taking it one step further. Now you can sign up for my daily Breakview, a look into my life and my ministry through my new video blogs. Sometimes I'll share with you insights on key issues of the day, or give you an encouraging word straight from the portals of heaven. And don't think they're all serious. I think you'll be surprised at the blogs that'll make you laugh. You know, a smile's good for every day, isn't it? But I promise every day it'll be something very, very special. Just go to rodparsley.com, sign up to receive your Breakview right away. Until we meet again right here on Breakthrough, at a service around the country, World Harvest Church, remember to take a stand with me, won't you? A stand for life.
In 3 days, just 72 hours, Saul was transformed into Paul. Jonah endured the whale, and Jesus defeated death, hell, and the grave. April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, invest 72 hours with Damon Thompson, gifted by God to help you live life with a prophetic edge. Clint Brown, you know him as one of America's most anointed worship leaders, but that same anointing infuses his preaching. And Rod Parsley, who will bring fresh revelation that'll turn your life in a new direction. 72 hours, 3 anointed speakers, 1 dynamic revival. Plus, starting March 31st, high school and college-age students can attend college days. You'll experience campus life firsthand at Valor Christian College and discover how your calling can be realized at the School of the Spirit. 72 hours, April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. World Harvest Church, Columbus, Ohio. Breakthrough with Rod Parsley is a videotaped presentation of World Harvest Church, Columbus, Ohio.